So I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of what I'm thinking in this game, what's going on for this round and the next couple rounds if I stay. First of all, why did I vote to evict Nathan instead of Alex? Alex is obviously the better player in the game. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just get Alex out? Looking at jury votes, I really, really need at least 5 votes. And right now, I think I can get Trey and possibly Quinn. Daryl, I have no idea about. If Robbie's in the jury, I think I have his vote. If Alex is in the jury and I've flipped on him, I don't think I can get Alex's vote. Alex is a very loyal person. Same with Gray. If I flip on Gray and Gray gets to jury, I don't think I can get Gray's vote, so to speak. Another reason, and this is really the main reason, Kaylee. Kaylee is more or less my ride or die in this game. Is she as good as Trey Smith? Absolutely friggin' not. Who is? Nobody. But is she loyal? Yes. And what do I need right now in this time of uncertainty? I need loyalty. And I think Kaylee gives me that, and I think Gray gives me that if I side with both of them here. Alex, who cares? Hopefully he goes out next.
It's not like I really care about winning this HOH anyway.
Have you cared about winning any HOH?
Yeah, a few.
All right, let's see what happens. You start with a 15 against a 10.
Hit.
You busted, and that's your ball game.
Stand.
And you lost.
Gotta risk it all.
Yeah.
Trash. Good stuff.
You got a 20.
Okay, standing.
You end it with $1,600. It's your last hand.
Let's go all in.
Yeah. Figured you might.
I mean, what is there to lose, you know? Except for, like, 18.
21.
You're kidding me.
Well. All right. Now it's your last hand.
I don't know. See, 5,000 may be good enough to win. How? Ugh. But if I throw it all in, I definitely think I win. Fuck it. 5,000. Throw it all.
All right, here we go.
I gotta win it.
15.
Ooh, hit it. Damn it.
Yeah, give me like 3,500. Let's just.
$3,500.
Yeah.
You got a 7.
Okay, hit again.
17.
I'm so nervous. Okay, I'll stand. Hopefully they'll go over. Although every time I say that, they never do.
You got it.
Woo! Okay, yay.
Kaylee, and with that, you are big time in the lead.
Really?
Yep.
You're serious right now?
There's one person left to play, and you're in first place right now.
This is crazy. I figured everyone was like in the like millions for some reason.
Nope. But I didn't tell you that. 20.
Stay.
Shane, I hate to tell you this, but you fell just a little short. You almost had it.
So, Kaylee just won HOH? I never thought I would say that in my life. Like, what?
Okay, what is up, what is up? So happy I finally won an HOH competition. I'm ecstatic. Of course, that did not last long though, because this is a double elimination round, which choosing 3 people is not something I wanted to have on my plate, especially this round when I genuinely like everyone that has made it this far. This is the first round that I really haven't had anyone in mind for potentially someone who I would want to be sent home. That doesn't mean that I get to get out of it though, so this shouldn't come as much of a surprise since I've already let these 3 people know, but the people that I'm choosing to nominate are Robbie, Shane, and Thomas. So again, I mean, best of luck to all of you guys. You got this.
Literally never met a more emotional, irrational person than Shane. Like, Shane and I are friends, and like, I have protected Shane throughout this game, and he is like coming at me being like, you're fake as shit, blah 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 blah. He's like, I'm powerless, why are you talking to people about me? And I'm like, dude, I'm not talking to anyone about you. I'm literally talking to you, Shane, trying to figure out what you're mad about, because if I won HOH today, you were not going on the block. I would have thrown up Robbie, Connor, and Thomas. Like that. So, like, girl, get your head out of your ass, because you need to figure out the people who are actually on your side, which is me. In this game are literally crazy. Shane is coming at me right now being like, Alex, I know that you knew that I was the 3rd nominee. Shane, I had no idea you were the 3rd nominee. Connor said to me he thought you were going up, but Kaylee said to my face that the nominees were Robbie and Thomas, and she never said your name. She never said who the nominee was. So, girl, get your act together, because you're wrong.
Going on to HOH this round, Kaylee wins. Easy nominations are going to be Shane, Robbie, and Thomas. They were on the wrong side of the votes last night. They voted to evict Alex. Here's the funny part. Shane has now given Alex 2 pendants, which I don't understand. But he says to Gray, hey, we gotta use these pendants. Give me, as in Alex, give Alex the veto takeover, and we don't use it, and we send home 2 people. That's an easier week on Kaylee. Gray sees right through it, as he should. Because there's no way Alex doesn't have an alliance with Shane. No way. If Alex gets that veto takeover, he uses it. And he uses it to take off Shane. And who goes up? Me or Gray. Who goes home in that situation? Probably me. Which ain't gonna fly. So, I go to Kaylee, we hash it out, Gray and I hash it out. We say it's only gonna happen if Kaylee gets the veto takeover. She won't use it. She doesn't want more blood on her hands. We'll see if Alex goes for that tomorrow. I doubt he will. If he does, it could very well sink his game, if it's not already sunk. In addition, I talked to Kaylee about how sketchy Alex was being. Talked to Gray about how sketchy Alex was being. And about how big of a threat he is to win this game. Because, let's be honest, he's playing the best game here. Gray's probably second. I might be third. I don't know. But that's where it gets kind of muddy. I know I'm not playing the best game here because I don't want to be playing the best game here. I want to be playing a game that gets me to Final 2. Not necessarily the best game, but the game that gives me a win. So, I gotta have jury votes. I gotta have Kaylee. And I gotta get Alex and Gray out of this house for me to have any chance. If the veto gets used tomorrow, let's say Alex does not go for giving Kaylee the veto takeover, and the veto gets used tomorrow. Guess who's going up? Alex. Guess who has an extra vote? This guy. Guess who's going to use that extra vote to get Alex out of this game, if necessary? This guy. Last round was 1 round too early to make that move on Alex. 1 round too early. And timing at this final stretch in the game, timing is everything. And right now is Alex's time to go, or I think he wins it all.
Okay, so I have like a 70% feeling here, maybe 80%, that this is a ruse and that I'm going to be going up on the block and going home, in which case, I mean, there's nothing I can really do at this point. The numbers are where the numbers are, and if I'm going up either way, I may as well go up trying to make the move that has the best chance of survival, if that makes sense. The fact that Kaylee now has changed her mind that quickly about giving the tokens to Gray, it's just weird, like, it's fishy, and maybe I'm just the person that likes to think through everything, but, like, that's weird.
Hey guys, I have an announcement. The veto takeover has been purchased. It has been purchased by Gray. Gray has purchased the veto takeover and he has made his veto decision, which you will see right now.
Hey guys, I've decided not to use the power of veto and we're gonna keep the noms the same. So last night, Alex came to me and he told me that Shane was like talking to him and like in his DMs, like trying to like make things like, basically he was just like, Shane's going bananas. So then Alex tells me Shane gave me his tokens. What if like you give me yours and maybe we can convince Kaylee to give us hers and I use the veto takeover? And I was like really wary of that because Alex was like, I'll use it to keep the votes the same. But I was like, why would Shane give you his like pendants if like there wasn't some other plan in place? So not really thinking that the veto takeover would even be used, I went to Connor and Kaylee both separately and told them that Alex was doing this and told them that Alex and Shane, like, I think that they had something going on, just because like if veto was won, I wanted Kaylee to like put up Alex, and also I wanted them to kind of have like distrust. If like we all stayed to the next round, then they would know like who a next target is if one of them wins. And so, but then today, like, basically, like, Alex started this morning by telling me, like, if we use the veto redraw, like, I either want to take Shane down or, like, we need to save him with the votes because it's kind of, like, it's a jerk move to, like, take him out. And I'm like, no, that's a game move. Like, he gave you his tokens. Like, this is a game move. So I convinced Alex to give me his tokens. And I convinced Kaylee, I was like, listen, Alex said he'll do it if I'm the one that buys it. So I convinced Kaylee to give me hers. And I decided to use the veto takeover and just like cancel the veto, keep the noms the same. Some other people may have done something crazier, but like I'm not that kind of player. I'm the kind of player who like, there's a lot of entropy in this game, like a lot of just like chaos that like leaks out over and over and over. But like this is a zero-sum game, and that means that like there's always going to be someone who feels safe and someone who's not safe. And like for me, I always want to be that person who's safe and controlling all that entropy, like controlling all that disorder. And so far every round something has come up and I've been able to like control that disorder. And that's like the kind of game that I'm playing. So if that gets me to the end, then that gets me to the end. But we'll see what happens. I mean, top 5 now. But Robbie and Shane, like, it's very clear that they have no idea what's been going on in the game, because now they're, like, blowing up the chat, and they're like, oh, like, on the jury, like, we're going to vote for this person or this person. We're not voting for this person. They're kind of, like, bullying some people. and they're like, we're going to convince the whole jury to do this, and it's just like really clear that they have no idea what's going on, as if that wasn't clear before. So I'm assuming the vote's going to be like an easy vote to keep Thomas tonight, but it's going to depend on Connor. Like, Connor has an advantage that Robbie gave him that's an extra vote, and I could just see Connor doing something crazy. But at this point, I'm just like, let's get to Sunday. Let's get to this finale and just call it a game. So we'll see what happens. Also, I will clarify real quick, the reason I was so suspicious about Alex like wanting to use the veto takeover, and like I was like, I think he's going to take Shane down, is because I know that they're a part of like the same like org that like Josh played, the Survivor Online Real Money games, and that Alex got like second place in like one of the seasons, and that Shane played in like Josh's season. Like, I know that they like know each other from that, so I'm like, they'd be dumb if they didn't play this org and like work together to some degree. So I was like, yeah, they know each other, and they might be like looking out for each other, because that's what people do. So I was like, I just don't want to risk the chance that they would team up and like use this to save one of them. They don't know that I know that about them, but I know it. So yeah, I think that was all I was going to add too. Because that definitely came up too. Like, I told Connor, I was like, yeah, they played in the same org together. So, like, yeah.
The really frustrating thing about Robbie in this game is that he's been one of those people that's obsessive about one person for like 2 days. So for a while, he was focused on Daryl. Then he was focused on Quinn. Then he was focused on me. And now he's focused on Connor. And he's under this impression that Connor is like doing all this stuff, but like, most of the things that's been happening in the last 2 days have been myself and Gray. And unfortunately, it's one of those things where like perception is reality, and you always want jurors to have an open mind and to listen to what you're saying. So it's really frustrating when someone like Robbie, who is a great player and played a really strong social game, just zeroes in on someone and doesn't even look at anything else going on in the game. And you know, he posted in the main chat this long thing about me and I need to wake up from Connor's spell. Like, bitch, I have been calling Connor out for weeks now. Like, there is no spell here. I am well aware of Connor's bullshit. But it's all about timing. And Robbie made a move to take me out, which he shouldn't have done, and now he's going home because of it. You have to make these moves when the time is right, which is essentially, if you're familiar with Survivor, Cochran in Caramoan, that was his argument at Final Tribal, is he didn't want to go in there and hurt egos and talk about, oh, I was the best social player, or I was the best challenge performer, because whether or not he was or wasn't, those are things that people latch onto, but nobody talked about that they were the best timing player. So Cochran went in there and said, my timing was the best, and this is why X, Y, and Z, and that got him the win. It's a similar sort of thing here. Had Robbie waited to make the move on me until today, double eviction, he could have double evicted, potentially, myself and Connor, and he would have been in the final 5 with him, Shane, Gray, Kaylee, and Thomas, in which case that has a great chance for Robbie to get to the end. But he made the move too early. But now, for my position, I wanted to win this HOH and just send Connor out of the game. However, I didn't win, and I didn't win veto. So I have to now wait to final 5, which is cutting it close. But at the end of the day, you have to play with the cards that you're dealt. And if I'm not chosen, you know, for veto and I don't win HOH, there's only so much you can actually do within the parameters of the game. So ideally, next round, Kaylee now can't play HOH. Me, Gray, and Thomas can all play. I believe if Thomas wins, I will be safe, and Gray, I don't know. So ideally, I win HOH, and I would throw up Connor and probably Gray, to be honest. Get one of them out, go to the final 4 with Thomas and Kaylee, weaker challenge performers. I still don't know how she won HOH. And go from there. So that's the plan. But again, you know, you can have a plan and you know, think everything through, but if you don't win the comp, if you don't win the veto, it just goes out the window. So you got to just, you know, take the luck and really make the luck be on your side.
Welcome to the second ever live vote we've ever done. We're going to bring in our voters one by one here. Gray is here, so let's get Gray in. Hello, Gray.
Hey,
All right, please cast your vote to save.
I'm going to cast my vote to save Thomas.
To save. Hello, Connor. Reminder, not that I need to remind you, but you have an extra vote if you'd like to use it, and this is the last time you can. So please cast your vote or votes.
I have an extra vote, don't I?
You do.
Wow, it's amazing how the person I'm about to vote out gave me that extra vote. Oh my gosh. Okay, for real. I am using my actual vote to save Thomas, and then I am using the extra vote to save Thomas as well.
Alex, please cast your vote to save.
I'm voting to save Thomas.
All right, the results are in, and an advantage was used. There was an extra vote used, so there were 4 votes instead of 3 votes. That was the mystery advantage. But how much of a mystery was it? That's the question. By a vote of 4-0, Thomas, you are safe. Robbie and Shane, wherever you are, you guys have been evicted from the Big Brother house. Robbie, say your goodbyes.
Goodbye, everyone. I said what I had to say. Connor, if you could hear me, you got my vote. You got 5 votes right now. Just make it to the end, buddy. You got a few more days. Alex, I'm rooting for you, though. That's all I got. I had fun playing with you guys. You guys are awesome. This is a good experience for me. I love you all as people. You guys suck in the game now. Sealy, especially you, or Kaylee, whatever the hell your name is. I don't even know who you are. You're terrible, though. Come on. I wouldn't join a game to play second place, but I guess you were growing up that way. I don't know where the hell you're from. Gray, you're quiet. You may be pretty good. Thomas, win HOH. Put Gray and Connor up. Maybe you got a shot. You guys know I will have an influence. I will have an influence on the jury, so impress me. Right now, Connor's got my vote. Alex, you know I'm rooting for you, though.